Good Wednesday, everyone. I'm meteorologist Dave Snyder at the National Weather Service with Alaska statewide weather. Low pressure is moving onto the west coast. High pressure behind that, still driving northerly winds down the west coast of Alaska and over the Seward Peninsula. Rainfall across the Chukchi Seacoast around the 1,000 millibar high will keep things cool, with winds becoming easterly across the Beaufort Seacoast, northerly around Kotzebue Sound, and another wave of low pressure working up the south side of the Alaska Peninsula, heading toward Kodiak Island. That's bringing rain and wind to areas from the Alaska Peninsula, Kodiak Island, and all the way into south central and Prince William Sound. Look for that to increase in coverage as we head through the rest of the night. High pressure sitting just south of Yakutat at 1,014 millibars, keeping the eastern and central parts of the Gulf relatively quiet and somewhat cloud-free. For the meantime, that should be the case across southeast tonight. Look for a relatively clear sky in the northern half around Juneau, with southern areas of the Panhandle looking at a better chance for clouds and some light rainfall, as low pressure well south of Haida Gwaii in the Pacific Northwest sits at 998 millibars there. That will slowly creep eastward. However, it is filling in with time. Low pressure across the western Gulf will be the predominant weather player for the next 2 days or so across the central and northern Gulf. At 987 millibars south of Kodiak Island, it's a force to reckon with stronger winds as it sits and spins in the next 24 hours east of Kodiak. It may fill in somewhat, but it will produce stronger east and southeasterly winds, many of those reaching gale strength across the Aleutians, Kodiak Island, the Alaskan Peninsula, and south central, including parts of the Cook Inlet. So consider that as part of your forecast planning. Rainfall will move into the central interior ahead of a cold front working out of the Arctic. That will bring northerly winds down the west coast for the Seward Peninsula, and in some cases for the western Brooks Range, may mix rain in with snow across some of the higher terrain there. Look for a mix of rain and snow across the Arctic coast, and rain will be lingering across the coastal plain as we head through Friday. 1,009 millibar low sitting across the eastern coastal plain, heading toward Kaktovik to wrap up the week. As low pressure fills in across the Gulf, it will likely spin a little more drier air toward southeast. Rainfall, though, moving in from southern locations, will start to head toward Haines and Skagway, eventually up toward Yakutat once again. Rainfall light and spotty as we wrap into the end of the week, with partly cloudy conditions across south central, and areas of rainfall continue to spread in from the west as the new Bering Sea low heads toward the western Aleutians. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm meteorologist Dave Snyder. Find us online anytime at weather.com.